their Mukut Mani, the crown jewels, Swami Sarvapriyananji'S himself, who is carrying on that fine tradition. And we wish him all success as he shines that knowledge which he has received by the blessings of his masters. It is indeed our honor and privilege that he has consented to participate in the J.K. Yog International Festival of Yoga.
Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So old age, disease, death, and that means suffering is continuing even though we are following your teachings. What is your message and how does it work? How does it overcome suffering? So Bhagavan Buddha gave a very nice answer, very, very incisive answer as to what spirituality is. He said, consider a man hit by an arrow, pierced by an arrow. Imagine the shock and the pain and the suffering. And imagine that he is hit by a second arrow immediately. How much more suffering that increases. Now, the first arrow is the suffering that the world throws at us. You know, the things that happens in the world, like old age in the body and disease and social problems, financial problems, relationship problems, health problems, and so on. All of the events which happen in the world and which give us suffering. The second arrow which hits is our reaction to all of this. How do we take all this? And it is that second arrow which really causes the maximum amount of suffering. And then Swami Turiyananda, Hari, who later became Turiyananda, he says, but sir, I see you are in great bliss. What a strange thing to say to a man dying of cancer, terminal cancer patient. And Sri Ramakrishna acknowledges it. He laughs and he says, oh, the rascal has found me out. In Bengali, oh, shala dhore niyeche. But that's the difference between the enlightened person and us. That's the difference between the yogi and the bhogi. The real cause of suffering has gone. So this is what spirituality can do. Yoga deals with both arrows. I was thinking about it. Once I went to a hospital. I was asked to give a talk in Arizona, a talk to doctors and staff and all. And I told them about the two arrows. And I said, you in the hospital, you deal with the first arrow, physical illness and all. And the second arrow is the actual suffering, and spirituality can help there. But I was thinking, the knowledge of yoga, it is all-encompassing. It helps us in dealing with the first arrow, old age, disease, death. So Hatha Yoga and practices associated with it, and other knowledge systems from ancient India like Ayurveda. I know you have many wonderful talks in this workshop. If you look at it, the talks covered the entire gamut from dealing with the suffering caused by the first arrow and the deeper solutions offered by removing the effect of that second arrow. So there is Ayurveda and many other knowledge systems from ancient India which help us to mitigate the effects of the events, unpleasant events in the world and in our body-mind. However, the deep insight of Indian civilization is no amount of worldly cures is permanent. There is an ancient text called Sankhya Karika. Ishwar Krishna, he wrote it, very ancient text. And in that, the first shloka gives us the argument for spiritual life. What can spiritual life do? Why spiritual life? Why yoga is necessary? There, the author says, Dukkhatraya bhigatat jihasa tad apaghatake heto drishte sapatha chet na atyanta ekantatyanta bhavat. Afflicted by the threefold sorrows, physical sorrows, natural sorrows, sorrows created by other people and other living beings, all sorts of sorrows and suffering in the world, afflicted by this, we look for solution, how to overcome suffering in this world, how to attain fulfillment. Now, question might be that, well, there are so many material ways, natural ways of overcoming sorrow. If you are sick, there is the hospital. If you are bored, there is television and internet. If you want company, there are friends, and nowadays online chat and all these things are there. It says, no, those things do not offer a deep solution. Why? Because all things that the world offers, like everything in the world, it is ekanta atyanta bhava. There is no guarantee that any of them will work. See, I was just thinking, in this most advanced country, in the most powerful advanced country in the world, 2 years back, I was here in New York, maximum amount of COVID infection, sickness and deaths here in New York, in Manhattan. More than 1,000 people were dying every day. So with all our technology and resources, there's no guarantee that you will be able to tackle the blows that life rains upon us. Ekanta bhava and atyanta bhava. Even if you can tackle the problems, you feel hungry, eat a nice meal, you will feel hungry again. Cure one disease, another disease will come. No matter how much, even Hatha Yoga practices, balanced diet, Ayurvedic diet and whatnot, all of it we follow, then it will be a healthy life. You will not suffer so much. But still, old age, disease and death are final. It will come for everybody. There is no ultimate solution here. Is there any ultimate solution anywhere? Yes, there is. That is the promise of yoga. Not only at the worldly level, but there is a spiritual solution from which perspective we can say honestly that I have overcome suffering, that the greatest of sufferings, they will come from the world. First arrow will come, and yet it cannot shake me. No second arrow. Krishna says to Arjuna that yasmin sthito dukkhena guruna api vichalyate. Settled in which, after that realization, one cannot be shaken by the heaviest of sorrows. Means that heaviest of sorrows may come in life, but it will not shake you. First arrow will come, but no effect. So that is the highest idea of human wellness. There is an idea of human wellness which yoga can offer at this worldly level. It can cure a number of diseases. It can prevent stress. It can have a, give us a long lifespan, a healthy life. One doctor was telling me, with modern medical technology, Swami, we can ensure you will live long, but we cannot ensure you will live well. And that's true of modern medicine. But yoga, Ayurveda and other technologies are there which will ensure you live long and you live well also. But still, all limited. Human lifespan is limited. Is there some deep solution to this problem of death and suffering in life? Yoga offers that. Sri Ramakrishna said this life is full of thorns. The wise person will put on shoes so that he can walk over the thorns without being affected. What is these shoes? This yoga, spiritual realization, are the shoes which we must put on to walk through the pathways of life, which are littered with is full of thorns and full of challenges and suffering. All right. So yoga is what does it. We must put on the shoes of yoga to protect ourselves from the thorns of life. We start with the outermost and go inward. Our activities, actions. All yoga, whether karma yoga, bhakti yoga, raja yoga, jnana yoga. By the way, these 4 yogas is like one of Swami Vivekananda's insights, great insights, that a variety of spiritual paths are there. Variety of spiritual paths, especially in India. But all of them can be broadly classified under these 4 heads. One is karma yoga, all our activities, how to spiritualize them. Then there is Raja Yoga or Dhyana Yoga, how to focus. We have the mind and capacity to focus. Our great power comes from focus. Without focus, no power, no spiritual path will work. But with focus, we can be successful in our worldly life and in spiritual life. So meditation shows us focus. And there are a vast number of meditation techniques. Then there is Bhakti Yoga, the how to focus all our energies and desires, all of it, channel it towards God, into love of God, into worship, surrender, faith, and love of and devotion, bhakti. So Bhakti Yoga. And then finally, we have the capacity for understanding, cognition. So using the power of cognition, of reason, how we can understand the truth about ourselves in this world, that our real nature, what is our real nature. All of these, and there are varieties in each of these paths. And Sanatana Dharma does not reject any one of them. Sanatana Dharma, you will find the great acharyas, whether it's Adi Shankaracharya, or Ramanujacharya, or Madhvacharya, or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All of them, they include all the yogas. Depending on the particular philosophy, the particular paradigm, some may stress one yoga more than the other, but all of them have a place for all the yogas.